guys, what's up? I am Jade and today I'm bringing you a Pilates class for your abdomen. This is going to be a full core workout, so we're going to hit the top area as well as the lower abdomen, which is a tough one for people. So, you know, just really give it your all today if you can. Pay attention to the cues, make sure that you're really contracting in the right areas. If we don't stay contracted, we could put a little bit of pressure on that lower back and cause injury, so make sure you really pay attention to that, okay? Another thing is Aloe. Aloe is in the video today. This is Aloe. She's on one today for sure. There are a few times where you'll notice in the video she's here and then all of a sudden she's over there. So there are many little cuts here and there that I had to take out because she was just on top of me the whole time. And unfortunately we're having some work done. I don't have access to her crate just to put her to chill time for a little bit. So don't let that get in the way. Just pay attention to what I'm saying, look at what I'm doing, and make sure that you really contract those muscles the right way. All right, you guys, go ahead and grab some water and a soft, sturdy area to work out on. I'll meet you there. All right, you guys, I hope you love it. My friends, let's go ahead and meet in an easy seated Sukhasana pose, just to take a moment to draw a little awareness to our breath and also build that awakening within the core. So first, what I want you to do is let the legs be heavy. Make sure you're sitting down evenly into both sides of the sitting bones, and then grow tall from the ground all the way up through the crown of the head. So make sure that your spine is completely neutral, as though you're up against a wall. Just take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, begin to pull the navel in towards the spine here, drawing a little contraction within the core muscles. Another full breath in. Feel the lungs expanding the ribs into the arms. And exhale. Your next inhale, we're going to go ahead and reach the arms out to the side, nice and wide, and then up towards the sky. Growing tall through the side body, and then begin to twist on your exhale towards the right side. So a very subtle twist using the core only. And then release the arms to the fingertips to make sure you're nice and tall through the spine. Front and back. And again, just growing tall on your inhale. Just a soft, gentle twist in the spine. And then deep breath in. Exhale it out. And let's go ahead and bring the arms back up. Facing forward on your inhale, we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. So on your exhale, let's twist to the left side. Release the hands to the floor, front and back. Drawing the shoulders back here, remembering to keep the core very strong by pulling that navel in towards the spine, almost like we're compressing from the outside in. Stay soft in the legs as we do this. So it's just to lubricate the spine a little bit. And then on your next inhale, let's come forward again, reach the arms up, and release the hands down. So let's go ahead and meet in a tabletop pose. So we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. Pressing evenly into the palms, spreading the fingers. We're going to spin the triceps back. So externally rotating the arms, and then press down hard into the earth here as we lift up through the arms, so creating space. Drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, making sure that we are looking just between the hands, keeping that spine nice and even. We want to, same thing, draw the belly up and in towards the spine, and make sure the ribs are softening into the body as well. Take a breath here. And then let's go ahead and curl the toes under. On our exhale, we're going to press into the floor, lifting the knees up just a couple inches away from the floor. Take a breath. And exhale. Go ahead and drop the knees back down. Let's do that again. So pressing into the floor, we're going to lift the knees up away from the floor. Breathe in. And breathe take a deep full breath in, and then exhale, begin to press the hips back, keeping the knees bent. So we're pressing into the floor, pushing the shoulders down towards the floor, and the hips are up towards the sky. Into our downward facing dog, modified with bent knees. And then on your exhale, we're gonna drop it back down. Tap the floor, lift right back up into our downward facing dog, modified bent knees. Drop it back down on your exhale. And then inhale, lift back up. You may feel this in your legs as well as your core. Drop it back down. This time, let's lift back up, and you can begin to walk the legs out one by one in your downward facing dog, just stretching out the hamstrings a little bit here. And then when you're ready, you can begin to straighten the legs. And then this part we're gonna do is lift the hips up, roll like a wave, so rounding the spine, coming all the way forward into our plank pose. So make sure that the hands are under the shoulders, and if you need to, you can walk the toes back a little bit. So again, triceps pointing back, core is very strong. We're pulling the side hips in, keeping the glutes strong in this pose to support our front body. Taking a breath. Another full inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to curve the spine, lifting the hips up, dropping the belly down, and then press back into our Adho Mukha, our downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and roll like a wave, a little bit faster this time. Rolling like a wave as we squeeze the core, rolling forward, plank, and then press the hips up, a little bit of a back bend as we press back to our downward facing dog. Again, roll forward, right into our plank. Keep the legs nice and strong, so you'll notice the front of the legs really working hard to stabilize, and lifting the hips up. Again, roll forward, lift up, downward facing dog. One last time, rolling forward. And then whoosh right back into our downward facing dog. Exhale. All right, you can walk your dog out one last time. Make sure you're grounded very evenly within the palms. And what we're gonna do is lift the right leg up towards the sky. So lift it as high as you can. Coming up to the tippy toes on your left toes, bend the knee and begin to shift all the way forward right back into our plank as we pull the knee into the chest. So lifting it away from the floor, keeping the toes pointed. We're gonna press right back. Inhale, right into our downward facing dog, 3-leg, and then pull the knee into the chest in plank. So lift your shin and your foot as far away from the floor as you can. Inhale to press it back. Reaching nice and tall through the top foot, and then shifting forward. That's 3, lifting it away from the floor. Inhale, press it back. And then drawing the knee into the chest as high as possible. And last time, lifting it up. Keeping that leg as straight as you can. Shifting forward. Lift, lift, lift. And then pressing it back. 3-leg dog. This time, shift forward, bending the knee, but crossing the knee all the way to the left tricep. So again, we want to lift it away from the floor. Inhale to extend. So we're lengthening here, so extending on the inhale. Exhale, draw it in. 2. Extend back. Inhale. And exhale, crunch it in across the body. Extend. Draw it in. 4. Last time. Reach. And 5. All right, kick it back. And then last set, we're gonna come all the way and bending that knee, touch the right elbow. And extend it back. You may notice your upper body just firing up. Bring it in. 2. Kick it back nice and slow. Bring it in. Back. Bring it in. 4. Kicking it back. Staying on those tippy toes with the left toes. Bring it in and kicking it back. Drop that right foot down. We're gonna shift all the way forward into our plank, drop the knees down to the floor, and sink back into our balasana, or child's pose. Releasing the forehead to the floor, taking a deep breath here. Recentering, coming off the arms, and exhale, let everything go. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and roll back up to our tabletop. Make sure we're even through the palms, the arms. Curl the toes under, lifting the knees up. And then this time we're just gonna press the hips straight back into our downward facing dog. All right, let's go in for the opposite side. So let's extend that left leg up to the sky. Draw it in as we shift forward into plank, lifting it away from the floor, right to the chest. There's one. Extend. Two. Extend. Draw it in. Three. Using your core to really pull it in. Extending back. And four. Lift it away. Extending back. Nice and strong. Find that space here. And then drawing it into the chest. Five. All right, let's come back and lift it high. And then we're gonna shift forward this time, bringing that left knee to the right elbow. Kick it back nice and slow and controlled. One. Draw it in. Use that core to really bring that knee high up. Two. Draw it in. Three. Kick it back. Touch that knee. Four. And draw it back in. Five. All right, last set. We're gonna bring the knee into the left elbow. Just one, tap it, kick it back. Two, tap, kick it back. Three, tap it in, and kick it back. Four, tap, and kick it back. Last one. Five, tap it in, kick it back. Lift high, drop that foot to the floor. All right, we're gonna shift forward into plank, lower the knees down, sink back right into our balasana pose. Catch your breath. Let's breathe in again. And exhale, let that go. Roll back up. We're going to curl the toes, coming right back into our downward facing dog. And this time what we're gonna do is walk all the way forward into a forward fold, Uttanasana. So squeezing the core to bend from the hips. Make sure that the chest falls over top of the thighs, so stretching out the upper body, letting the arms hang here to give them a break. And release the hands to the floor, and we're gonna sink the hips all the way down. Let's go ahead and release the glutes to the mat. Ooh, take a breath here. Catch your breath. Bring the bottom of your feet just in front of you a bit here, and hip distance apart, knees are pointed up. We're gonna sit up nice and tall through the spine and come all the way up with the arms. Take a breath. Exhale, reach forward, firm the navel in, and begin to round the spine, rolling all the way back onto our backs, releasing all the way to the floor. Go ahead and extend your legs all the way in front of you. We're gonna reach the arms just overhead, taking a deep stretch through the side body, and then extend the arms to the side and then release them just to the floor right beside you. So tucking the shoulder blades, go ahead and bring the tailbone down so we're pressing into the lower back here. Lift the hands just away from the floor, reaching through the arms. Firm the core in towards the spine. We're really going to contract our belly, begin to roll from the head to the shoulders, using our core and our hands to lift all the way up. We're going to reach for either our shins or our toes, just depending on where you are, and then reversing, so rolling all the way back, nice, slow, controlled, using your core. You can keep the hands just facing down towards the bottom of the mat. Same thing, we're going to come right back up using our core and reach for the toes, and then release all the way back down. Make sure you're using your core. Again, reaching through the arms, lifting the head up, pressing the core into the spine. We're gonna roll all the way up. So we're contracting the core, almost like we're folding the body to reach all the way forward towards the shin or the toes, wherever your body is, and then using the core to reverse. So coming all the way back, controlled and slow. There's no fast movements here. And tap the head to the floor, come right back up, very slow. Use your core, tap forward, and exhale as we roll back. Taking an inhale, roll right back up. So very important when we do these rolls that we keep our core really, really strong to support our lower backs. And come all the way back, tap it down, roll right back up. Tap the toes or the shin, and then come right back, slow and controlled. Back, last time. Roll it right back up, and tap, and then come right back. Release the hands down, retucking the shoulders. Let's bring the knees to point up. So bottom of the feet are on the floor. Again, we're gonna tuck the tailbone down towards the back of the heels, so we're flat on our lower back. Take a breath, draw those shoulders down, tucking the shoulder blades underneath for support. Take a breath and exhale. So this time we're gonna have you bring your hands behind your head, so you're gonna lift your head up just a little bit here. So use your core to lift your head up, not forward. And then we're gonna hammock the head with our hands. Now bring your knees up so they're right above the hips, keeping the legs in a 90-degree bend. Taking a deep breath here. And then go ahead and extend your right leg all the way up to the sky. What we're gonna do is keep that left leg in a 90-degree with the knee above the hip. We're gonna point the right toes, extending through the leg, so really reaching through the leg. And go ahead and bring the leg all the way down as far as you can until you feel your back begin to arch. If you feel any arching, I want you to keep the foot elevated and just come down to that point each time. Okay, if you're able to go all the way down, just tap the floor and come all the way back up. Tap it back down, keep your core nice and strong, and then come right back up. 2, tap it down, bring it up. 3, tap it down, bring it up. 4, watch that left knee stays above the hip, tap it down, up. 5, tap and lift. 6, tap, lift. 7, tap it down and lift it up. 8, go ahead and bend that knee, release the head, take a breath. You can extend both legs up to the sky, just a little stretch, flexing the feet. And then again, we're gonna bend the knees, bring the hands behind the head as we lift to roll up towards the sky. So same thing, opposite side, right knee is above the hip. Let's extend that left leg straight out and up to the sky, pointing the toes, stay strong in the core, lifting the shoulders slightly away from the floor. We're gonna release that leg straight out and down, tap and bring it up. 1, drop it down. 2, drop. 3, use your core to lift and lower, drop. 4, drop it down. 5, drop. 6, stay energized through the leg, drop. 7, lift, drop and lift. Good job, you guys. Bend the knee, release the head, just bring the knee into the chest, bring your hands around the knee, coming in for an Appanasana, a little squeeze. Take a breath, recenter. All right, you guys, let's go ahead for our next exercise. So, hands are gonna release out to the side, stretching out just a little bit. We're gonna roll the body up as we hammock the hands behind the head. So using the core to lift the shoulders up, not forward. We wanna lift up, okay? Head is looking straight up towards the sky. All right, let's bring the legs up to the sky. Take a breath. And then this time what we're gonna do is lower the right leg down, bring the right knee in, extend the leg up. Bring the right leg down, bend the knee, lift the leg up. So we're lowering straight, bringing the knee in, lifting the leg up, drop, knee comes in for that 90-degree bend, lift it up. 4, drop it down, bring it in, extend. 5, lower, bring it in, lift. 6, drop, bring it in, 7, drop, last time, bring it in, and 8. Release the head, bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest, Appanasana squeeze. Again, other side. Lifting the shoulders up and the head away from the floor. Let's extend the legs up to the sky. This time we're going to reach with the opposite leg, so the left leg this time. Keep the toes of both legs nice and strongly pointed. Lower that left leg down, bend the knee, bring the knee in just above the hip. Extend the leg. That's 1, drop, 2, bring it in, lift, drop, 3, lift it up, drop, lift it in, extend it up, 4, drop, knee it in, extend it up, 5, drop, bring it in, lift it up, 6, stay with me, drop it down, bring that knee in, lift it up, feel your ab burning here, extend, knee it in, lift it up, 7, bend the knees, release the head, Appanasana squeeze here. We're gonna bend the knees, bring them above the hips again. Same thing, roll the head, the shoulders up, bring the hands to hammock behind the head. Let me move Aloe out of the way. She wants to be involved here. She really wants my attention right now. And then we're gonna do both legs. So we're gonna lift both legs up, lower them down as low as you can. Remember to keep the core strong, so this time you may not be able to go all the way down. Bring the knees in, extend up, 1, bring it down. Keep that core very strong. Bring the knees in, extend up, lower, bring it in, extend up, 3, lower, bring the knees in, extend up, 4, lower, draw it in, lift it up, 5, lower, bring it in, 6, lower, and 7, lift it up, 1 last time, lower, draw it in, lift it up. All right, you guys, bring your hands around the knees, draw those knees into the chest for Appanasana squeeze. Taking a breath in, taking a breath out. Feeling that burn within your core. Release the bottom of the feet to the floor, knees are pointed up. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna roll the head and the shoulders up towards the sky. Bring your hands to hammock the head. Make sure you're looking up so the core is very strong. All right, make sure the tailbone is pointing down, so we're pressing down into the lower back. And that's what we're gonna do is bring the toes to touch and then open the knees slightly out to the side. We're going to take a breath and then exhale, crunch. So bring the feet up towards the sky, keeping a bend in the knees. We're going to roll the body up towards the legs. So bringing the elbows towards the knees and then tap it down. So you can bring the head slightly above the floor like we were, and then just bring the legs down. So same thing, crunch it up, tap it down. You may not come all the way down to the floor. Again, we don't want to feel any pain in the lower spine. Bring it down, 3, tap, bring it down, 4, tap it up, bring it down, 5, bring it up, and release nice and slow and controlled, 6, almost done, 7, last 1, bring it up, and 8, go ahead and bring the feet to the floor, release the head, let the knees fall out to the side, take a breath, bring your hands just onto your hips, and exhale. Lifting the knees up, let's just come in for our Appanasana squeeze. Let's just roll the spine out, so shifting the knees side to side. All right, you guys did so good today. Let's extend the legs all the way out. So straight out in front of you, reach the arms up overhead, just a deep stretch here. And then fly the arms out to the side. We're gonna roll all the way up like we did earlier. So pressing the navel and the lower spine into the floor, squeezing the core, coming all the way up, maybe a little bit harder this time. This time sit all the way up. We're gonna cross the legs in front of us, bring the hands to the mat, stepping back into our tabletop. And then this time all we're gonna do is step right back into our plank pose. Taking a breath here. check that alignment. And this time we're just gonna do floor taps. So we're gonna lower the left knee down, staying very strong in that right leg, and then switch it out to the right side. So that's 1, tap, tap, 2, tap, tap, 3. Keep the core strong. Tap, tap, 4, tap, tap, 5, tap, tap, 6, tap, tap, 7, tap it, 8 more, tap, tap, 8, 7, 6, glutes are strong to support, 5, tap, 4, tap, tap, 3, almost done, tap, tap, 2, last, taps, 1. All right, you guys, let's lower the knees down. And this time what we're gonna do is lower the hips, elbows point back, and roll all the way down to the floor. Let's bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. The palms are in front of us. So elbows are gonna be right underneath the shoulders. Make sure they're not out to the side or in too far. And all we're gonna do is just lift the heart forward. Pull the shoulders back, coming into our Sphinx pose, just stretching out the belly. Taking the breath here. And exhale. You can release the head down and just maybe sway the head side to side. We did a lot of abdomen today, but we also used a lot of our arms to stay supported. So that in return builds a lot of tension within the shoulders and the trap area, which is the muscle right here along the neck. It goes into the back as well. All right, so let's go ahead and lower it down, bring the hands right by the chest. And this time what we're gonna do is just press and begin to lift all the way up. If you wanna stay here in a high cobra, you can. Elbows are pointing back. If you'd like to roll all the way up, coming in for a full little back bend here, you can come for seal, keeping the thighs on the floor, or you can lift the thighs up. If you can see, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, lifting the thighs off the floor, coming into our full Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, our upward facing dog. So wherever you are, shoulders are back, pressing the shoulder blades to really open the heart up. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lift all the way up into your downward facing dog. All right, you guys, stretch out the back. Taking a breath. Let's go ahead and walk all the way forward and then just come all the way down into a Sukhasana, easy seated pose like we began. All right, you guys, I'm so proud of you for showing up today. Let's just take a breath here. So let's reach the arms out to the side, maybe closing the eyes, reaching them up to the sky. Deep, full breath in, really expanding through the ribs, the muscles between the ribs. And then exhale, just draw your hands to heart center, bringing your palms right down to touch your heart. Dropping your chin down, just bowing down, honoring yourself for trying this practice, or maybe completing the whole thing, giving it your all, really trying your best and dedicating some time to better yourself. Whatever your intention is, just honoring yourself and giving yourself a pat on the back for showing up. Thanks, you guys, for allowing me to lead you through this. I hope you feel good and your core feels really strong. Until we meet again, namaste.